Welcome to Modern Management of the Older Adult, brought to you by the Institute of Clinical Excellence. What's up, Instagram? This is Dustin Jones, and I'm going to be doing a special series. It's going to be also published on the MMOA podcast, so we're going to be talking about the DNA of MMOA. DNA of modern management of the older adult. I did a PTL on Ice episode last week that I will reference in the comments that speaks to kind of the vision of MMOA and what we're all about. And we're going to be taking our time to kind of share some of the core traits, the DNA characteristics of folks that are on this MMOA team. And I'm sharing this, I'm doing these videos to share with our team, but then also just sharing it publicly as well. Just in case it could be helpful for you. But also just, I'd love to have a conversation about some of these traits as well. So if you are on the MMOA squad, there are three main character traits that we really, really value, that we want to instill amongst our team in order to maximize the effectiveness of our curriculum, the three courses that we have within Modern Management of the Older Adult: Essential Foundations, Advanced Concepts, and Live. So these three characteristics are that we are leaders, we are teachers, and we are performers. And I'm going to take some time to break down each one. Today we're just going to talk about what it means to be leaders within the Modern Management of the Older Adult division. I'll do another video on teacher and then performer as well. Now, these traits are also kind of the guiding posts for our faculty to just maximize our effectiveness in teaching and spreading information, just creating amazing experiences for everyone that comes to our courses. So what does it mean to be a leader within MMOA? Now, we have kind of teased out a few kind of key characteristic points under the leadership bucket. Obviously, being a leader is such a big topic that comes with a lot of responsibilities, a lot of roles as well within that kind of bucket. But we're going to focus on four main things that we really hit on within Modern Management of the Older Adult. For us to be leaders within MMOA, what we really value first is that every single person within Modern Management of the Older Adult is representing ICE and MMOA in a professional manner, in an accurate manner, right? That we are on brand with our parent organization, the Institute of Clinical Excellence. When we say professional, it's not necessarily, always being punctual and having, business casual attire. We really think about being on brand. On brand with ICE is that you are a fitness forward clinician, that you practice what you preach, that you smoke your own dope, if you will, that we are regularly exercising, we're practicing what we're regularly preaching, that we lead from the front, that we know that people aren't necessarily going to change their behavior based on data or some research study, but people follow people. And we really, really value that within our own division. So we have fitness forward professionals that lead from the front, that are kind of bringing folks along and saying, hey, here's the way, follow me. They do that in every way that they present themselves online, in the courses, during the breaks, after the course on Saturday, after the workout, whenever we go out to a spot, that we are representing that consistently in every aspect of our life. That's the first thing. I view that as very low-hanging fruit. If you didn't represent that, you wouldn't even be on the team in the first place. The second one is really, really important, and it really influences the experience of our courses tremendously. And that is, a leader within MMOA is going to empower and support their team. They're going to empower and support their team. What does this look like in the continuing education space? A great example of this is, let's say you're at a live continuing education course, and let's say we have a teammate that has the floor, and they are taking folks through a particular section, talking about a particular topic, and the other teammate, if you're watching, let's say you may disagree with the point or maybe have something to add, and you really want to add to that conversation, you end up kind of chiming in, almost interrupting the person that has the floor. This is an easy occurrence to happen, but what you've done is kind of taken the attention away from the person running point, if you will, or running the floor, and put it on yourself. We want to empower that person. We want to support that person. We don't want to draw attention away from them and their goal of leading people through a section. We want to do whatever we can to support that individual. So we are empowering and supporting our teammates. And in that particular example, we may be quiet. We may wait until there is an opportunity to add that nugget of information. We do everything we can to not pull that attention energy away from the person that is running point. It could also be making sure that that person is well taken care of. Hey, do you need a snack? Do you need a drink? What can I do to help set up a lab, for example? So you're thinking 3 steps ahead of supporting that particular individual. And last but not least, we are really valuing the respect and the perspective that our students have on that particular teammate. That it is my goal to do whatever I can to get our students to really view our teammate as a very high-level elite educator, right? And we do that through our words, through setting up expectations, through complimenting, through supporting that individual, and not trying to detract from them, to pull attention away from them towards you, that we're supporting and putting our teammate up on that pedestal, if you will, regardless of your position. So for me, as a lead faculty, I should be doing that for one of my teammates that may be at a lower tier within our division. It doesn't matter where you are on that list, so all of us are looking to support and empower our teammates. Next, we all are looking to empower and support the students. Teammates come first, right? If our team's working well and we're supporting each other, that automatically increases our odds of having a great experience for our students. But we are still very intentional about how we empower and support our students. We do this through having that personal connection, remembering people's names, getting to know them a little bit better, especially through the course of our online courses or the course of a weekend. That these valuable touch points make people feel seen, feel heard, and it can maximize the experience and ultimately maximize the learning. We are very concerned that folks have fun in our courses. There's lots of ways that we do that, but we are constantly thinking and looking out for the students. Are they engaged? How can I make them have a great experience? How can I make this more fun? MMOA faculty are constantly thinking about this from the lens of the student. So we empower our teammates, we support our teammates, we do the same for our students as well. And then last but not least, in terms of character traits of leaders within MMOA, is that we have a strong poker face. We have a strong poker face. If you've ever done, some type of presentation, if you've done a workshop, if you're a clinician, you've probably experienced this where things just don't go as planned, right? You may have a technical difficulty. You may have a surprise that pops up. You may have someone maybe in the audience that maybe a little bit disruptive to the tone of the workshop or presentation that you're trying to give. And it is the leader's job to kind of set the tone and maintain a calm, cool, collected persona, if you will, in the face of adversity. The reason being is that really sets the tone for the experience of the students, but also your other teammates. That if me as a leader, if I have some type of technical difficulty, for example, and I end up freaking out, my eyes get real big, I go into fight or flight mode, that kind of levels up the stress for my teammates that are with me, also the students as well. So we really value that poker face. This is really helpful as well in difficult interactions with folks that may have disagreements with you, that may ask really pointed questions, that can you listen objectively, kind of put your feelings aside, maintain that neutral poker face, if you will, and address that person's concerns and questions without letting a bunch of emotions get in the mix. Can you do that, right? If you're a good leader, you're able to maintain that poker face to set the tone for the experience of the students, but then also your teammates. So that's what it is like to be a leader within this division. I've obviously missed a lot of stuff. There's a whole bunch of other things that we can really speak to in terms of what it means to be a leader. But when we think about our courses at MMOA and what they demand of us and what it means to be a leader, these are things that we really highly value, and we look at each of our teammates to really embody. To repeat, once again, that is representing ICE and MMOA in a professional manner, mainly an on-brand manner, right? Are you empowering, supporting your teammates? Are you empowering and supporting your students? Are you able to maintain that poker face in the face of adversity? If you're able to do all of those things, you are demonstrating great leadership within this division. All right, so that is leader. Next up, what we're going to be doing is talking about being a teacher. What does it mean to be a teacher within the context of MMOA? All right, appreciate y'all. Let me know your thoughts. Drop in the comments. I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank you for listening to the MMOA podcast. If you found this helpful, please share with someone that could benefit. And if you're looking for more practical content to help you better serve older adults, head over to www.mmoa.online, where you can learn more about our free resources, our community, continuing education courses, and our certification. Once again, that's www.mmoa.online. Thanks for listening.